What stands out to you most in this case involving Tiki Laverdiere?
Well, obviously the large number of accused, and there's sort of two categories. A group who have been charged with first-degree murder who are alleged to have been directly involved in her death, and then a group who've been charged with this accessory after the fact. We don't always see that. Occasionally we do, but it is a large number for sure.
So is this amount of people charged kind of unprecedented, or does it happen more often than you'd think?
It happens more often than you think. Unfortunately, a lot of our murder charges occur as a result of an altercation, and there's one or two people involved, and it's pretty cut and dry who's there, and it's really a question of intention. Occasionally you will get a large number involved or a large number charged. Recognizing that this is very early in the game, the Crown's going to assess as the case goes on and evidence comes out, and perhaps accused make statements as to who actually was involved and to what extent, and so that number may change in the sense of who all are charged and what they're actually charged with.
Well, provided that multiple people do go forward to trial, how does that present challenges for both the defense and the whole process in general?
Well, the decision has to be made, first of all, are you going to have a joint trial? In the sense, are you going to try all of the accused at the same time? Generally, the Crown, in a case like this, would want to do that. That a particular defense counsel might try to sever his client or her client from the group, and there's some limited reasons why you'd be able to do that. But if the trial goes ahead with a number of accused, and I'm defense counsel acting for one of them, I've lost a little bit of control of the process. Most defense counsel want to, as much as possible, be controlling the process. Now I've got other accused who've got their own defense counsel. They may have a different view of the case. They may have a different idea as to how they want to approach it, and that will have an impact on myself and my client as well. So it does present some challenges.
Do you find that in this case having relatives involved and that sort of thing, does that present any challenges or change things at all?
Sometimes it does. It can. Obviously sometimes relatives are more inclined not to say anything. Sometimes there might be a history or a background that would cause them to say more. So it's an added layer of emotion, and every time you add emotion to the mix, credibility and reliability becomes more of a concern.
So let's talk about timing. Provided there are multiple people that are going to trial, how does that affect how long the whole process takes?
It does. It certainly does make for potentially a longer trial. From the Crown's perspective, they have to cover off the evidence against each of the accused, and the evidence may not be identical as to one accused or another. But if there's going to be defense evidence, obviously if I've got 3, 4, or 5 accused all being tried at the same time, the defense evidence is potentially, if there's going to be defense evidence, is just that much longer.
So going forward, what can we kind of expect next in the proceedings?
I'd expect that you'll see over the course of the next few months, and this is just speaking in very general terms, but over the course of the next few months you'll see the Crown assessing its case and deciding what charges should be continued with against a particular accused. That will probably get sorted out to some extent prior to the preliminary hearing. At the preliminary hearing itself, the evidence is actually heard, and then after that, that's when the sort of hard decisions are made. Okay, who's going to go to trial and what?